morning, all my viewers, the blessed people, God's children. Yesterday we discussed about civilization. Today is going to flash again the part 2 about it. Yesterday we talked about it is good to welcome civilization, all the norms, those things that makes it unique, wonderful and extraordinary. There is one of interview granted by one of the popular actor in Nigeria, in a person of Kanayo, was talking about that divorce is not among our culture. That he never knew anything about divorce until he came to Lagos, and some people were backlashing him, tongue-lashing him that as old as he's talking arrant nonsense. But that is the truth of the matter. I check among my kinsmen. I never seen any woman, any man that divorced his wife for any reason. In those days, we have heard that only reason why a woman can be sent packing is only when she is involved in charm, try to kill the wife of another woman, probably the husband, the children, under polygamous family. You see, there are some rivals. So whenever it's been discovered that the woman is fetish, is making charms to kill or kill anybody, that is only condition to send a woman packing out of her husband's house. Infidelity cannot send a woman in my area to her father's house. Instead, a man will marry another woman, but that particular woman will never be sent packing based on infidelity, because in an African setting, they view the marriage as sacred. They view the union as a union that cannot be separated, a union cannot be dissolved. See, the Igbo culture has so many wonderful good side of it. I have seen so many men, up to 40 years, they are not yet married. Based on they are trying to make it. In those days, it's not part of our culture. The moment you are aged about 18 years, you are aged to pay your dues as a man. You are aged to work and labor and earn your own money. You can settle down in marriage. But these days, you see some men working, trying to acquire the whole eight before they can settle down, because of the cosmetic part of marriage we see these days. And that is one of the reasons why you see some women, after being taken to overseas, and they come up with the issue of divorce. Some men look at it as the worst thing a woman can do unto them. I have seen some reports about some men taking their wife's life just because she filed for divorce. They look at all these years, 15 years I have toiled all over Europe at overseas to make this money, only to bring this woman to overseas. Only thing she can think of is divorce. They look at it as unacceptable area. Some that are very emotional go extent of eliminating their spouse life. So what are we talking about? Civilization has made so many people to forget their roots, to forget all the beautiful traditions of Africa, all the norms that were taught by our forefathers. So do not be carried away by civilization. Do not be tossed around by the winds of civilization. Always play with caution. Always tread with caution if you will listen. And I want to say it again about so many view people have about marriage under civilization that gives liberal mind, liberal ways of doing things. Don't be rigid. Don't oppress anybody. That does not give you the room to live as you like. Remember, you are coming from a place, and there's always good to behave like where you started. What are we talking about? You are an African, and you go to Europe. You now drop every African perspective, living like Europeans. God never created you to be an European. God never created you to be an American or other continent. He created you to be an African. He created you to come from Nigeria, Igbo land, Yoruba land, Hausa land, for a purpose. He cannot go to America and he don't behave like an Igbo person. He don't, do things like an Igbo person. There should be the foundation that reshape your life from the beginning. Our people do say that you don't learn a left hand at old age. Something that you are not known for throughout your life, just because there is innovation, there is relocation, has made you to forget everything about your root, everything about the tradition and norms, and you are being carried away. So think about it. Do not be carried away by the winds of civilization. The summary of this message is God created us to be from this part of the world as Africa, as a black race. Remember, there is a foundation that you can never do without. Don't hold on to the tradition of those community where you find yourself in Europe and begin to despise the tradition of our forefathers. What made your parents unique? What made your kinsmen unique? You have now abandoned everything, all because you have seen the other side of life. But I want to report to you, you have not seen it all, yet are still about to come. And Christianity play a vital role under civilization. As a matter of fact, civilization we are talking about, many of the norms came from Christianity. It was through Christian nations that bring about all these norms, that makes everything to be liberal, make everything to work accordingly. All the civilization we are talking about, they are all from Bible. They are from Word of God, practicing the Word of God, giving freedom, liberty to all people to freely associate, free thinkers, to be able to know all they ought to know. The light has come and shineth upon the darkness, and darkness comprehended it not. So Christianity is one of the best movements that reshape civilizations. And the norms is all about the demand of God, the God's ordinances, and the upholding them bring peace, joy, happiness, and freedom. Going against it brings pain, sorrow, and catastrophe. You choose between light and darkness. Choose between good and bad. Choose the better one you want to choose. But remember, in everything there must be account. A day is coming. You are going to leave the stage. What are you leaving to your children, your born children, to go through with? Is it a lifestyle of confusion, lifestyle of stupidity and foolishness, or lifestyle of joy, happiness, and the everlasting legacy? Think about it and remain blessed. I remain your regular host, Apostle Ezechim, the major prophet. I love you. God bless you.